It's Tuesday, you know what that means, right? Yeah, you know what that means. It's time for that two-timing Tuesday, where you get two jokes for the price of one, and since I do not charge you for that one time, you get two funnies for no monies. That's right, you get two funnies for no monies. This is your one time. This kid, he's getting ready to do this survey for a class he's got in college and stuff, and the professor says, well, you need to go out and you need to get, you need to interview 100 people. So he's going to interview people for their favorite pastime. So he goes out and he's leaving the college, and he goes walking over and he sees this big, huge apartment building. He's like, all right, I'll go start there. That'll knock out most of them. And he goes over there and he goes up and knocks on the first door and he says, excuse me, sir, what is your name? The guy says, John. He says, well, John, he says, I'm doing a survey for my class. He says, I was wondering if you would tell me what your favorite pastime is. John says, well, I enjoy watching bubbles in a bath. So he says, okay. He writes that down. He thought that was really cool, you know, how that was just something that was just kind of weird. You know, he's watching these bubbles in a bath. So he goes on to the next house and knocks on the door. The guy comes and answers the door. He says, excuse me, sir. He says, what is your name? The guy says, my name's Jack. He says, well, Jack, I'm doing a study for my class. I'm doing a survey for my class. I'm trying to find out what people's pastimes are. He says, would you mind telling me what your favorite pastime is? Jack says, I like watching bubbles in a bath. And he goes on and he keeps knocking on these doors and filling out his survey, you know. Gets done with the apartment building. He thinks it's very odd that, you know, over half the people who live in this apartment enjoy watching bubbles in a bath. So he's continuing on his journey. He goes over across the street and he starts banging on doors. You know, he's just going to go door to door. He goes up and he knocks on the door, and here comes this beautiful, not dead, gorgeous girl coming to the door. He says, excuse me, miss. He said, I'm doing a survey for a class of mine. And he says, I'm trying to find out what people's favorite pastimes are. He says, what's your name, miss? And she says, Bubbles. That's right, them boys like watching bubbles in a bath. This is your two-time. This old guy, you know, he's a fairly old guy, you know. He marries this young, beautiful woman, just young and beautiful, about more than half of his age, you know. And he, you know, gets married to her and stuff, and they're, you know, having sex and stuff, and he just can't satisfy her. You know, she's just about as understanding as she is energetic, you know. She's like, oh, it's fine and stuff like that. And he's like, no. He says, no, I got to be able to satisfy you. You're my wife. I got to be able to satisfy you. Oh, baby! You know, he just gets all excited and just, he's gone, you know. So anyway, he goes into the doctor and he's like, Doc, he says, I got this young, beautiful bride. He says, yo, she's so young, she's so beautiful, you know, her skin's so soft. He says, I want to be able to satisfy her. He goes, I start to go in there and boom, I get all excited and it just goes, you know. He says, what can I do, Doc? And the doctor says, well, he says, you can try pleasuring yourself right before you have sex, you know. He says, I guarantee you, if you pleasure yourself before you go in there to pleasure her, you'll be able to last a long time. You'll be able to satisfy her. It'll be great sex for both of you. So the old guy's like, okay. He goes on about his way. The guy's sitting there thinking about it, and he's thinking about it. And he's at work the next day, and his wife gives him a call, and she goes, oh, baby, she says, whenever you get home today, I am going to attack you at the door. I am so horny. You know, and he's just sitting there going, oh my God, you know, here it is, you know. He goes, where am I going to do it at? He says, I can't do it here at the desk. He's looking around. He's like, I can't go in the copy room. I can't go in there. He says, I don't want to get busted here at work. So he goes out and he gets in this truck and he starts driving on home. And he's like, I'll just pull over somewhere. I'll take care of my business, you know, over here on the side of the road. So he pulls over and he's all looking around. He's like, everybody can see me, you know. Everybody can see me out here. He says, here's what I'll do. I'll crawl underneath the truck and pretend like I'm working on something. So he crawls underneath the truck and he gets all up underneath the truck, and he's all looking at the truck's rear end, you know. He's all looking up there at the rear axle, and he gets to working it, you know. He's a working it, and he closes his eyes real tight, and he starts thinking about his beautiful wife. Oh, he's thinking about her. Oh shit, he's getting all worked up. He's got that fantasy going. Pretty soon he feels a tug on his leg, and he you know, he don't want to let go of that fantasy. He wants to take care of his business. He's like, "Yeah, can I help you?" And the guy tugs on his leg. He says, "Yeah, excuse me, sir. I'm the police officer." He says, "What are you doing?" He says, "Well, I'm taking a look at my truck's rear end down here. I'm just trying to see if there's anything wrong with it." The police officer says, "Well, sir, you might want to take a look at your truck's brakes, too. It rolled down the hill a few minutes ago." Oh, he's out there just pulling on it. He's just pulling on it. He's like, "Oh, yeah." Anyway, that's it. That's crazy right there, ain't it? Yes, that is insane. Yeah, see my stocking right there? I wish y'all would fill this stocking up with goodies and stuff, like Christmas collab videos that are due in a few days. Get them in there! Hurry up! You're almost about late! I need the Christmas collab video! You got until the 10th, people. It's not a deadline, it's a due date. Get your videos in. I want you to be in my Christmas collab. Alright, man. This has been Timin Tuesday. I hope you all like it. And yes, I am totally freaking batshit crazy. Batshit crazy up in this motherfucker. I need to take some more medication. I need to go to bed. I gotta go to the dentist here in a few minutes, though. So, anyway, this has been Timin Tuesday. Y'all be real. For real. He's making a list, checking in twice. Ho, ho, ho. This kitty is doing this, this kitty.